Hello everyone, this is my fourth video on motor system examination. In first part I have already explained how to assess the posture, bulk and the tone, and in second and third part I have already explained how to assess the muscle power of the neck and shoulder. Today in this video I will explain arm and the forearm muscle power assessment by the movement at elbow and the wrist joint. Now after assessing the movements at the shoulder joint, we have to assess the movements at elbow. So in this, first elbow flexor, then elbow extensor, then supination of forearm and pronation of forearm. For the elbow flexor, child should be in the sitting position, elbow should be 90-degree flex, forearm should be in supination position, and we will tell the child to flex the elbow. For against resistance, we will keep our hand over the forearm and we will give the downward pressure. And if child is able to flex the elbow even against the resistance, that means power is 4/5. Now we will assess the elbow flexor in semi-pronated position. So we will keep the forearm between the pronation and supination, thumbs up position, and we will tell the child to flex the forearm. And third position, forearm should be pronated and we will tell the child to flex the elbow. So there are three muscles which act for the elbow flexion. First is bicep brachii, supplied by the C5-C6 musculocutaneous nerve. Its flexion power is greatest when forearm is supinated. Another is the brachialis, flexes the elbow regardless of the forearm position. And the brachioradialis, supplied by the C5-C6 radial nerve. It flexes the elbow when forearm held in semi-pronated position. Now for the elbow extensor, child should be in the sitting position and shoulder should be slightly abducted and elbow should be in flex posture. And we will tell the child to extend the elbow. And for the elbow extensor, muscle is tricep muscle supplied by the radial nerve C6 to C8. Now after that, supination of the forearm. In this, child should be in the sitting position and arm should be in the pronated position. First we will tell the child to supinate the forearm when the elbow is in extension. Then we will flex the elbow and we will tell the child to supinate the forearm. So muscles for the supination of forearm are bicep, brachioradialis and supinator muscle. Bicep is the most powerful forearm supinator, but its action is when forearm is flexed and pronated. While the supinator is less powerful, but it acts through all degree of the flexion and the supination. Brachioradialis act when forearm is in extended position. So we have to assess in flexion and extension both. Supinator is supplied by the C6-C7 posterior introitious or radial nerve. Now the forearm pronator. In this we will tell the child to extend the arm and pronate the forearm. So the muscle for the pronation of forearm are pronator quadratus supplied by the C7-8 anterior introitious branch of median nerve, pronator teres, C5-C6 median nerve. Now we have to assess the movements at the wrist joint. In this, wrist flexor, extensor, adductor and abductor muscles should be assessed. So first, wrist flexion. So for this child, either in the sitting or lying down position, and we have to keep the forearm of the child pronated and dorsiflex the wrist joint up to the 90-degree. And we have to tell the child to give the downward pressure at the wrist joint and flex the wrist. And for against resistance, we have to keep our hand over the palm of the child and we have to give the upward pressure. And muscles for the wrist flexion are FCR and FCU, flexor carpi radialis and flexor carpi ulnaris. Flexor carpi radialis nerve supply C6-7 lateral head of median nerve, and flexor carpi ulnaris nerve supply C7 to T1 ulnar nerve. Now for the wrist extensor, child should be in sitting position, keep the forearm in pronated position and tell the child to give the upward pressure at wrist joint and extend the wrist. For against resistance, we have to put our hand over the dorsum of hand and child should try to extend the wrist. And the muscle for the wrist extensor are extensor carpi radialis, longus and brevis, and extensor carpi ulnaris. So ECRL supplied by the radial nerve C6 C7 and extensor carpi radialis brevis and extensor carpi ulnaris both are supplied by posterior introitious branch of the radial nerve C7 to C8. Now the wrist adduction and abduction. Wrist adduction means ulnar deviation and wrist abduction means radial deviation of the wrist. So the adduction by the FCU and ECU muscle and the abduction radial deviation by the FCR, ECRL and ECRB muscle. Already I have explained the nerve supply to these muscles. So this is all about the muscle power assessment of arm and forearm by wrist and elbow movements. In next video I will explain hand, thumb and the fingers movement. Thank you so much.